Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Thursday. It is Thursday this week. The first official week of April 2023 is in the books. Yes, almost. We got one more day and then it'll be officially in the books. But it is Thursday. We've got some headlines. We've got some good stuff. So let's get started with some headlines. Do I have these in the right order here? Let's see. Sometimes you got to make sure that you got things in the right order. And I think so. Yeah. We're gonna go in this order. Here we go. Ready? First headline of the day: the crispy, buttery cheese that brings mushy burgers to life. Yeah. Let's just stare and look at this for a while. So yummy, so cheesy, so burgery. Man, I'm hungry. I need to get myself a cheeseburger. I'm hungry, but I'm not having a cheeseburger today, actually. I'll have a cheeseburger today. Yeah, never mind. All right, moving right along. Miss Manners, our landlord took dozens of our beloved plants. How do we get them back?
Hey, give me my plants back.
Poor Brian. But that clip's gonna live in infamy. Yes. All right, next one. NASA's Perseverance rover may already have evidence of ancient life. I love Marvin the Martian. We don't see enough of that cool dude anymore, but that's okay. All right, so what are we talking about? Oh, I got to make a correction. On Tuesday's episode, I talked about the weather coming up this weekend, and I said like on Sunday it's gonna be 80 degrees. Well, last night I checked the weather, and you know what? It was like 73, raining on Friday, 72 on Saturday. I was like, oh, of course, here we go. And then I checked it again this morning, or yesterday morning, and, well, let's see. It's Friday, still a potential rain, like 22%. So they took the raindrops out of the image, but 73, I think, on Saturday, and like 76 on Sunday. So not as nice as I was hoping for. We'll see what happens. It is springtime. It is one of those funky years where the weather just kind of blah, 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 blah. But we'll get there. It's working on it. It's slowly loading, all right? Spring is slowly loading and summer right behind. All right. Also wanted to mention that yesterday, Wednesday's Dress to Impress. Nice job, everybody. Had a big lineup. We do have our contest. It's going to come back next Wednesday because we've got some. We're working on some things in our trainings and stuff, and we've got lots of volunteering going on. So we're trying to balance everything out. We got to make some adjustments. So we'll get back to that. But good job, everybody. Some great looking folks out there. Great outfits. Good job dressing up to the Dress to Impress. You guys are really getting the hang of this thing. That's great. Keep up the good work. And last but not least, recycling. Got to do a little housekeeping right here. We have the recycling containers in the back. And what we're finding when we do the recycling is that they're really heavy and they're smelly and they're messy. And why is that? Because people aren't pouring out their liquids ahead of time. Before you throw your recycling in, you need to go over to the sink and pour out any remaining liquid in your soda cans or anything else, okay? Do that. Don't just throw it in there. It's not garbage, it's recycling, it needs to be clean, all right? That's all I got for today. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll have some movie stuff. We'll have a special guest on our movies thing, talking about movies. So look forward to that. Otherwise, have a great Thursday, everybody. Let's see. Gabrielle's got some stuff coming up for us regarding what's happening in the neighborhood this weekend. Let's check it out right here.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. We've peaked. We're going down the hill now onto Friday and then the weekend. And it'll be the first weekend it'll be the second weekend of the month. Woo! See how that happens on you? Because the first was the weekend, so it'll be the second weekend. But it is the 6th. It is the 6th of April. And today, I'm going to tell you what's going on around here, there, and wherever. But there is now starting on the first Friday of the month is the Domo, and that's where they're downtown between, I think it is 6 and 10. Let me see right here. See, look at that. between 6 and 10. And they've got crafts and booths and all kinds of fun stuff set up. You know, you can go cruise around craft booths, food booths, have a bite to eat, and just kind of hang around downtown Motown there. They're very cool. It's kind of like a, not total farmer's market because it's not all the veggies, but that kind of atmosphere in the evening. And there's always music playing and different things going on. It's a nice atmosphere to, you know, come down and take part of. It's lighter outside now, you know, because we had daylight savings time, and now the sun goes down later. So, you know, take a bus out here, hang around with some friends, have some, you know, food, look at the crafts, listen to some music. It's always a fun thing. So that's started now. So, you know, if you don't have anything to do on a weekend, I think that's a great thing to come down on a Friday evening or hang around after program and don't go home, and then you can be the first one there. If you take the bus though, and you got to get back, maybe you can come down with your family. That's what's going on starting around the weekends on the Fridays now. Started on the first weekend, so this is the first weekend. So take part of it, have some fun. Know what's going on in your community and what's around, all the fun things. You don't have to just, because it's the weekend, not go anywhere or do anything. There's always something to do. So everybody have a great day today.
Very cool. Check that stuff out. Lots of cool things coming your way during the spring and the summer. Lots of cool stuff to do and whatnot. So that's exciting. Now let's go back in the bearded past with Zachary.
Hey everybody, it's Thursday the 6th. I hope you guys are having a great day out there. We're going to go back to the bearded past with Zach. We're going to hit a little history today. Number one, history. The Allied forces, United States of America, declares war on Germany on this date in 1917. Also, two, the first day of the Battle of Shiloh, the American Civil War. This was the first day that battle also began. You know, a couple of, what are we talking? We're talking like 55 years apart, and America's involved in two wars. Also on today, 1937, April 6th, Merle Haggard was born. Mama tried to make me better. But Merle Haggard. You guys who might not know a little bit about Merle Haggard, he used to tromp up and down this Central Valley here, Bakersfield up into Modesto, and there's some cool history with Merle Haggard in this area. Also, too, the last thing I'm going to leave you with on this fine day is in 1909, you had American explorer Robert Edwin. He was the first expedition to the North Pole. He led the first expedition to the North Pole. Personally, I just find that stuff so amazing because now you can GPS, you can get on a helicopter, you can fly up there, you get dropped off and can walk there, you know. These guys like took a boat, crashed it in some ice, not literally, and then they just get out and start wandering, like in some direction going, I hope the last guy who mapped this right. Like, it's amazing. Like, these guys who did stuff without the technology, it's just insane. No cell phone. You can't call anybody if you need help. What are you going to do, you know? What are you going to do, like, make a fire and smoke rings or something? I mean, seriously. You know, there's not very many people up there. Like, to me, it's amazing when I see not just, you know, Robert Edwin Peary's, you know, jaunt through the North Pole. I mean, any of the other ones as well. So, guys, have a great day. You know, think about the little bit of things that people had when they were doing some of these amazing things in history, you guys. All right, man. You guys have a great day. Take care.
deviled eggs are a big thing at our house, Easter time. But another thing that we really like are potato pancakes. Mater the tater pancakes. They're easy to make, and you can either have them by themselves, or we like to put a little sour cream on them. So it's very few ingredients. Of course, we need butter to cook them with. A little grapeseed oil I use because it has a higher, hot point. You don't peel a onion. What end am I gonna cut, anybody? This end or the hairy end?
There's a hairy end?
Yeah, see, it's got little
What's the
hairs.
other end look like?
The hairy end is what keeps them all together. If I cut this end off first and I start slicing, it's just all gonna fall apart.
So the top.
So we wanna cut this side. But the nubby part. So I'm gonna grate it. So I don't want it to fall apart either, grating it or slicing it. So we're gonna grate an onion. And I use a plain old russet potato. A russet potato has more starch in it, and the more starch you have in something, it holds it together a little bit better. I'm gonna start crying. Just, I'm mixing it together, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because you can already see the water. Those are them! Do-do-do! Yay! Who needs Clayton for a sous chef? Remember when I told you that russet potatoes have more starch in them? See that right there? Whoops.
Oh, that creaminess.
That creaminess right there? That's the starch in the potato. I'm gonna stick these back in here now, as I make a mess everywhere, it seems to be. And pretty much that's the hardest part. So a little bit of baking powder. Now baking powder is going to, kind of like cornstarch. So about 2 tablespoons of flour.
I kill you.
Now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to sprinkle it in. And now I'm just going to mix it in there, incorporate it. It's going to get the flavor in there with salt, pepper, and the flour and the baking powder are going to kind of bind it together with the egg. Now, if you don't want it to turn brown, you would rinse them off with water, but then you're going to lose the starch because the starch is what makes it brown. That's why when you go to the restaurant and you get the hash browns that are all over, they're loose, they have taken the starch out. They have rinsed them. That's a blasphemy.
Don't rinse your potatoes.
Don't rinse them. Who's got the Teflon mouth? Thanks, everybody. I hope you learned something, even if you learned what the starch in the potato is for, right? Why they get brown. It's the starch in it. So, thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week, and peace out.
Bon appetit. All right, and that is it for Thursday. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We got some volunteering to do, and we got some other cool stuff to do, but have a great Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll see y'all then. Caught it. Haha. Oh, geez, this one is terrible. What is going on here? Give it a little love.